Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take another look at the BLACKSTAR HT100 MKII head, and we're going to compare it to the Dept.10 dual distortion, also by BLACKSTAR Amplification. Okay guys, so first of all, a little disclaimer here. I'm not saying that the BLACKSTAR Dept.10 dual distortion is voiced exactly the same as the BLACKSTAR HT100 MKII head. However, what I will say is that when I play these things, which I've never done together even on the same day yet, what I will say is that they feel quite similar. So if you are looking at getting the HT100 MKII style tone out of a pedal format, then you're probably best off going for the dual distortion. When I'm using the Dept.10 dual distortion and I'm messing around with the dials and things, I do find myself dialing things in and finding the pedal particularly similar in a lot of ways on the tight distortion setting as I do the HT100 head. The HT100 head is quite a dark sounding amp. It's very, very modern, especially when you've got the voice switch engaged, which tightens everything up. It's very defined and very attacking, and like I say, extremely tight, and the dual distortion has all these characteristics as well. I have no idea what's going to happen in this demo. I don't know if this pedal is going to sound exactly like the HT100 or very similar or whatever, but we're going to put these things to the test and we're going to find out if you are on a smaller budget. Basically, instead of going out there and getting a HT100 head that could cost you like £700 to £800 UK, you could probably go out and get a Dept.10 dual distortion for about 200 quid, which is an absolute bargain. If you watch my other demos of this pedal, you'll see exactly how much this thing does. There's a lot more to it than just a distortion pedal or a preamp pedal. I'm just going to let you guys know exactly what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to set this pedal exactly the same as the amp. I'm going to use the highest gain setting on the amp, which is OD2. I'm going to use the voice switch engaged, which tightens everything up, and that's the way I prefer to use the amp. I'm going to be using the emulated out straight into an interface, which is a Zoom AMS44, and then that is going to be going straight into my camera. Then I'm going to plug the dual distortion into the return of the BLACKSTAR HT100, so we are using the power amp of the HT100 and also the same emulated out that we used in the first part of the video. This is just to make it an even playing field. We're going to set the dual distortion settings exactly the same as the HT100 MKII head, and we are going to find out how similar these things really are. In this video, I'm going to use two guitars, so you active guys are kept happy and so are you passive guys. I'm going to use my Chapman guitars ML2 with an Alnico 5 passive humbucker in there, and I'm also going to use a Schecter Banshee GT6FR that has an active EMG 81. Let's get on with it. Let's check these things out. Let's see if they are as similar as I think they are. Okay guys, so I just thought I'd bob back on here to give you my opinion on what I found while I was shooting the demo. I don't know what it will sound like to you guys afterwards because I've not edited it yet. But the Dept.10 dual distortion sounded awesome. It sounded really meaty, very, very dark, much darker than the head. However, the actual gain structure felt the same, if that makes sense. So the gain felt the same type of gain. It was just slightly darker and more boxy than the HT100. Now, this is to be expected. A lot of the time when you make a preamp pedal, whether it's got a tube in or not, whether it's digital or whether it's analog, doesn't really matter. What you find a lot is that pedals do have this boxiness in the mids that tube amps don't. Tube amps are more open and have a bit more of a wider field, so to speak, on the EQ section. And obviously there's 2 preamp tubes in this head, whereas there's only 1 in the pedal. I was pretty impressed though overall. To be honest, I really think if I kept tweaking things and tried to make them sound the same, that I could get them so they're almost indistinguishable to you guys on the other end. The pedal is set how I have the amp set when I use the emulated out on the amp. However, when I usually use the pedal on its own and I'm recording with it and I'm using the output from the pedal, I actually have the treble up full, which makes quite a huge difference, and it does get rid of that darkness and that boxiness in the mid-range. So, let me know what you guys think. The pedal gain and the head gain, yeah, it confirmed what I thought. The gain structure is the best way I can describe it. Felt very similar and very the same. The pedal was a bit darker when the settings are the same as the amp, and yeah, I think I could get them to sound almost identical if I really tried when using the emulated out on the Mark II. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all soon.